Sorry if I've been quiet. It's just I have been having several issues with streaming. So it has basically cut off my Rainwall stream, which I will attempt a second footage where I threw out a vulture grub near a pole plant. And the vulture came down, the pole plant just fucking devoured the vulture. It was cool, yeah, to see it, but my streaming has not been doing so well. There are moments where my internet would actually just completely cut out, and I wouldn't be able to stream. And I refuse to have a stream end abruptly and then keep it. I'm not going to show everyone at my worst. So I'm just going to... I will delete those almost immediately. No one deserves to see the stream get cut out just because because of an issue that wasn't really a fault of my own at the time. I will not be streaming tomorrow, even though that's the day where not only do we get Stranger Things Chapter 2, but also Terraria 1.5, which I'm really looking forward to. And it's just the fact that there are complications with this. Also, so much complications that I resorted to turning on anonymous mode. So unless you're through my stream, you have no idea who the hell I am. I was going to contemplate hiding my name entirely. However, that exists for all platforms, and I play this game on Steam regularly. And I have a tendency to just swap out my username for the funnies, the megalols. And I want people to see that for obvious reasons. It's an alias that doesn't really mean anything. This, however, does mean something. Since I used my one-time username change, and now if I want to change it again, I have to pay $10. And it can't even be a username, and it can't even just not have the TTV segment.
Does anyone know where we are?
I don't know. So, my name holds a ground. There are bad apples, and the biggest bad apple is Streamboo. I probably sound like a complete fucking schizophrenic or Charlie when he was yapping about Pepe Sylvia. But my point is, I fucking hate Streamboo. I think it is a horrible website that is just a borderline scam. You pay people to be added to your follower base. And even if it wasn't a scam, you deserve to be made fun of. The whole idea of it, and I'm mostly just calling it a scam because you're putting your money into something that's completely useless. And even if it does exactly what it's told, you still deserve to be laughed at because you're paying people to watch your content. That's quite literally botting, but somehow even more pathetic. So I will never use Streamboo. I will strongly advise everyone to never use Streamboo. And for those constant bots, I have banned several of them. And I have a strong feeling that they've just decided to stop coming at me. Most of them no longer have their account anymore, which leads to me to believe that they 1000% deleted their account. I even made a video about this on YouTube a while back, with the whole point of, stop trying to scam me. So I sincerely believe they're the boogeyman that are keeping my streams awake at night. Whatever the hell that means. But also, before I get into a match, I would like to address something really quick that is basically the title of this stream. As you all know, Dead by Daylight had an update where it upgraded to Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5 is frequently laughed at for its low performance and restriction of having anything even adjacent to black or nuke. Shit like that. Anything even remotely adjacent to that. But also, the gameplay, it's just completely unstable. It's like the most unstable shit you'll ever see. So, Dead by Daylight was updated to support Unreal Engine 5, which is why we're allegedly why we're getting... The front pocket of my comfy broke. Well, ripped a bit. It didn't break. But basically, the reason as to why Nemesis is getting 4 zombies in 2v8 is because of the Unreal Engine 5 update. And that was pretty much my only introduction to the fact that they upgraded to Unreal Engine 5. And I never really liked Unreal Engine 5 to begin with. I always preferred the Unity game maker, since I just found that significantly better. Also, more than half of the games in the world on their website, they said so themselves. Almost more than half of the games in the world were made via the Unity game maker. So, even though that could be a potential false, I did see a lot of people use it for stuff like Crash Bandicoot remakes to make the Bridge to Nowhere segment actually fun. And as for Unreal, and since Unreal Engine 5 is basically hot ass, I think I'll never be interested in Unreal Engine. Like, that kind of ruined it for me. And you're going to notice that almost immediately. If I want to play the game without the game just buffering, I would have to be on either the Switch of all things, or the Steam Deck. It only seems to affect PlayStation, which is to me, this is a Friday the 13th situation, where they got the wrong server. So it's good for all other platforms, except for the one platform. In Friday the 13th's case, it was Xbox. And in this case, it's PlayStation, since I don't own an Xbox. I did, but that was before I had home internet, and since the Xbox is basically dependent on said home internet, I didn't really have much of a reason to have it. So, I sold it, got my money back, spent on some Switch games I completely forgot about, like Farming Simulator, which isn't really even used for actual farming. I noticed because of my brother, who only really plays Farming Simulator just for the vehicles in the game. They just drive around like it's a sandbox. So not even using the game for what it was intended for. There's a non-0% chance that this becomes an extremely short stream, which I would attribute to Unreal Engine 5 just completely fucking me in the ass. Though I feel like I've gone on talking long enough. I just want to clarify everything when this inevitably becomes better as a YouTube video. You know, child exploitation station. I'm also going to be playing as Sable, since there's really no harm in telling you now. I changed the scratch marks to purple. Purple isn't really a color that appears all that often on the ground, minus maybe Greenville Square. But there are also black scratch marks in conjunction of the regular ones. So, anomalous mode and hidden matchmaking delay. That's not going to do anything to Unreal Engine 5, but it will prevent the stream crashing. Or my internet crashing. Most of the issues aren't even from individuals, but I'm just playing it safe. So, Dead by Daylight, the day before Stranger Things Chapter 2, the annual Monday stream, this time in memory of the two mysterious lover boys that tried to invite me to their fort, who both died at ages 33 and 29 respectively. This is where all of the marbles get thrown into action. Here it is. The Unreal Engine 5 experience. Whatever happens, I just want everyone to know that I felt like how a soldier. Whatever happens, we're in this together. Because we're connected in a way that transcends trust. The content creator and their viewer. That's why you can still see my name. Doesn't have Phantom Eye, which was the PTB name for Phantom Fear. I'm just calling it Phantom Eye because I played the PTB and I found... Well, I heard about it, I didn't play it. I played the Walking Dead PTB. Now's when I decided to get Rick. Since I got his pilot episode attire, which people requested as a joke, or at least going off of memory, and I decided to base it off of that. 2 of his perks, and Some additional perks would make him reminiscent to the scout class in 2v8. The idea being he just woke up in this nightmare. A timeline where he was taken extremely early into his lore, rather than where he was taken, which was, I want to say season 8 or 9. I know Michonne was also taken around the same time, since they were both pretty much taken at times where their roles in the greater story wouldn't really have much of an effect. So, minus the ones who live and Dale Dixon spin-offs just not existing. Dale was a legendary skin on day 1. The scratch marks are looking a bit corrupted. Free generators in the addition to the will live forever save. And another save. I'm gonna get on top of the main building. This is definitely the better that I've experienced. I'm being cautious because there's a non-0% chance that with how bad the buffering is, I could just be completely soft-locked. Everyone is completely frozen in place or walking into a wall. Which I just reminded myself of a bug that resulted in several individuals just walking into walls. So they fixed the pathfinding for most of the area, for all but one of the areas. Said area became a Harry Potter reference. I just ruined the days of several Fortnite players who basically exist on who basically live on the philosophy of, I might be a pedophile, but you're transphobic, and that's way worse. Because of course it is, I guess. Just... Fortnite's community is probably one of the worst I've ever seen. And since I was banned from it, speaks volumes. That shit speaks volumes. Which is sad because I'm kind of thinking about playing Fall Guys. But Fall Guys is a bunch of sellouts who just decide to coexist with Fortnite. And just because the publisher was Epic, who has a vendetta against me, I guess, I'm not going to be able to play it. Please. Oh my god. Yeah, Balrog is a Giga Chad. He saved me twice. I don't care that it was Meg that picked me up off the ground the second time, but it was his breakout, and it was his breakout and his "We're Gonna Live Forever" that I used directly in front of Tahoe's. Also, he's taken. He found love in the Entity's realm. Being one of the game's streamers. Not Fang, but you probably already know where I'm going with this, but I'm choosing not to mention her name simply because I don't know how to pronounce her name. Well, they know. But there are two gates, and shit. Get the fucking band. Is that exclusive to me? Oh shit. Ha! That actually couldn't have gone smoothly. Or couldn't have gotten any smooth. However the fuck. You sub? I
Great.
that Jake was the reason I survived. So now that I showcased the purple scratch marks, let's go back to the white. And not only new cosmetic selection and all 7 of the cosmetic presets being used, going back to the standard. I only have 4 more coconut scream pies. And as you recall, I had several of them. I got like over 3,000 of, like over 300 of them. And then a couple of days ago, I played with one of the friends I had on Steam, where I ended up using a considerable number of coconut scream pies. And by considerable, I mean when I looked at it, I realized, holy shit, I'm almost out of them. So now, the last matches with the coconut scream pies. The last 4 matches with the coconut scream pies. I will no longer provide for my bitches because I cannot. I still have the bloody party streamers, without a doubt. Yeah, I have like 14 of them. But this is definitely gonna be the end of an era. No more coconut scream pies on the white anyways, on the sable. And I guarantee you I have plenty more on the other characters. But kinda sad either way, actually. Girl's got that bleached Buzz Lightyear attire. You can't name the cosmetic presets, which I find, why the hell not? Why the hell not? Why can't we use I can't think. Why can't we use the custom names for the customization, for the presets for the... I can't speak. But loadout presets exist. The customization preset, it's only the loadout presets that have names, and the customization ones don't. We will never know why I had a mild stroke trying to get that out there. But I thought this was going to be way worse, actually. Yeah, song the hit. As soon as I said it, I don't have a reason to... As long as something supernatural doesn't happen, as long as nothing supernatural happens, this should be easy. Like what my absent father said. I've been yapping a lot, and I guess it's just because I have a lot to talk about. Regardless, hot take, but the survivor POV to Radius sounds a lot better than the killer POV chase. I actually don't even think that's a hot take. Yes, it was probably changed for the killer POV so they can concentrate, but going forward, the chase theme is heard on both ends, and I highly doubt a particularly loud chase theme was something that lost someone a match. That actually sounds really stupid now that I say that.